read something to you before you hop on and start asking your questions. Now, for those of you that are looking to get into a relationship, whether it's brand new, whether it's with an ex or a specific person, I want you to just consider a few things. Firstly, are you looking desired? Are you looking to be chosen? Are you looking to be seen? And are you looking to be heard? Are you looking to be wanted? Now, if you said yes to those questions, maybe one, maybe all, I'd like you to ask yourself this. If I get those things that I just mentioned, and the evidence of those things then tell that I am really finally worthy. Okay? Now, but if you are looking for your worthiness from these things, you will continually be chasing a bright, shiny object, because looking for this externally, because you feel inadequate, never changes your inadequacy or you're feeling not good enough, okay? So ask yourself, why do I really need these things from another? That's the important thing. Why? Why? Now, usually, in experience, what it is having to dealing, not feeling good enough underneath. Okay, but what happens is when you make a decision from that place inside of you of not good enoughness, you end up where you gravitate towards a person or people that just reflect back to you that you are not good enough for me, as in that specific person, that ex, that company. Okay, so when you go into trying to control, push, force, get, demand, get angry, to get proof of being desired, proof of being chosen, being wanted, proof of being good enough, proof of being adequate, proof of being seen, being heard, and being first best to someone, you go around in circles. Okay? So it is important and look into your past and see who you didn't feel seen by, heard by, chosen by, wanted by, and who you felt that you weren't important to as a child. Okay, this is where it all begins. So who did you feel that you felt you had to perform for to get attention, love, and affection? Because for many of you, that is what is replaying itself in the here and now in your romantic relationships, okay? It all goes back to back then. And your present suffering comes from your past issues. It feels like it's about your present stuff with that person, with that ex, with that boss. But really, it is just you reinfecting yourself with what happened back then. And this is an opportunity for you to heal it for good, okay? So what be an idea is to work on that past inner child work, okay? And look to heal it so that it will then heal your love, romantic, sexual relationships in the here. So looking to the current someone or the current company or the person to make up for your past does not work. As many of you know, it's not their job. It's yours. And once you see the true lesson is healing your past, present rearranges itself and it settles nicely. Okay, it's all an inside job. And then what happens is you're no longer fixated with looking to be desired, to being seen, to being wanted, to being chosen. And so your ability to be in that wonderful state of detachment, because you're no longer being driven by your past stuff, you then become attractive to others. Okay? So, food for thought. Now I'm going to answer your questions because some of you have hopped on now. Neela, hi Agnes, how have you been? I'm good. Nice to see you too, Neela. Nicole, hello to you as well. Neela, you asked, I wonder, I am working on myself for long now. I have focused on self-love and my internal change, but the last 2 weeks I created a party. I never had experience with third parties before. Okay. Now, I suppose, Neela, my thing to ask you be, have you had, prior to creating a not very nice situation, ask yourself, did I have any fear of loss, fear of being second best, and did I have I'm not good enough for this person? Okay, because that's a good place to start. SMRK2, hello to you again. Patricia, hello to you again. So you said, Neela, as well, what do you think is behind this? I had a case of death of close person last month, maybe triggering something. Well, look, when someone is away, we do go into grief, but I wouldn't say it's grief of a loved one, the death of a loved one, that creates the I'm second best part in a relationship with a third party, okay? So I think they're separate. I mean, if you are holding in the grief, that's probably not so great, but even that, you can be in grief and not feel second best. You can be in grief and not feel not, okay? So when you say you've worked on yourself for a long now, Neela, my question to you would be how long and what have you been doing? Because those are two questions that really the answer, okay? So it's all right to be in grief. It's all right to feel the loss. That's normal and that's healthy, because when we love people, we miss them. And when we do feel grief, and that's part of being human and experiencing loss, you know. So, but okay, thanks. I manifest so many things. I was joking that I should de-manifest, and then you were joking about which bit? Let me know. Let me know. So, yeah, pop up your questions, everyone, and I will go through them. But yeah, just going back to why so many, I think this is the pandemic, the epidemic. It is people being in a state of unlovedness and looking for love on the outside. I think that causes so many people so much suffering, so much anger, much where you go into your inadequacies, you're feeling not good enough, you're feeling that you've got to make changes about yourself. I see a lot of people making changes to try and make themselves better. I'm not talking about internal change. I'm talking Band-Aid stuff on the outside, you know. And it saddens me to see that, because it is, when you work from the inside, then you become more free, and then you become more relaxed. And then you have an absence of anxiety. You have an absence of trying to get. You stop looking to control. You stop looking to get stuff from people. You stop thinking other people are holding you back. No, holds us back. It is a everyone is you pushed out experience. And I want to say this about everyone's you pushed out. It is not a thing to beat yourself with a stick over, okay? It's just a gauge, just for you to go, if that's in front of me, what have I got going on within me that I need to look at? Dissolve, let go of, release, okay? Now, let me go back. Navi, hi, and yes, how do we identify unconscious blocks or beliefs? By looking at what you're living, Navi, and what you're living that you don't like, and that will tell you what you believe. I don't have enough money, it means I have the belief I don't have enough money, money never comes to me. I've got a fear of scarcity. If it's about love, then you go, okay, what am I living on the outside? That will tell me what I'm going on about belief-wise, thoughts-wise. But try and jot down what you've got going on as you feel some negative thoughts and beliefs. Try and just keep them in the notes of your phone, because sometimes we do it so quickly. It's hard to track straight away. So say to yourself, I'm going to be more conscious about what I think and believe, but my external world will give me some good information about what I think and believe. by the results will always tell you what you really think and believe. Not what you say you believe, not what you want to believe, but what you really believe your life will be showing you. Okay? That's how you identify it, Navi, by looking at your life. Okay? So, usually there's not enough time, not enough money. And in regards to health, I'm not good enough in regards to my hair, my nose, freckles, my height, my color, my gender, my sexual preference. You know, you've got to look at where do I criticize myself for being who I am. Okay? And that will give you a good starting point. Sheila, you said, I'm doing self-love first best meditation for years. I repeat it for some days when I feel down and I am following the course. Yes, you're doing a course. That's right. Okay. But off this, okay? How many years have I been doing the negative, and how many years has it been since I've been doing the self-love work? Because that's important too. Some of this stuff takes time to turn the tide. Some really quickly, but some things take a little bit more time, you know, and it's okay. Either way, as long as you're moving in the right direction. It's loving yourself while you're learning. Sounds like you're doing all right in regards to, I repeat self-love some days when I repeat it for some days when I feel down and I'm following the course. Okay. But self-love isn't just some days, Neil. Self-love needs to be, I think, about 5 days a week. In regards to what you think, the meditations you choose, to keep your feeling about yourself at a high level, you see. So if you're stopping and starting, ask yourself, am I stopping, starting? Because I find the people that have more steady continuation see better results. So just ask yourself that. I'm not sure because I that question, but you can answer that question to yourself and see what the answer is. Okay? Patricia, I'm working on manifesting more friends, and sometimes I meet by coincidence old friends that in the last contact. Do you think this is a sign of this people again? Well, I would not necessarily, Patricia. Have a think about and a conversation with who they are now. I mean, do these people have the same habits as you? Do they enjoy the same things as you? You in common? It's not just the old friendships that are good if they're swinging around again, but have we come to the same path and we are doing the same things? Like a lot of my friends from school, we don't have anything in common. So I don't have contact with them, and it's all right. You know, we've just gone in different directions. I've moved different countries many times, you know, and I love them, I care for them, and I wish them well, and I send them love. But there are certain people that we just have such different habits that it just wouldn't work for me, you know, and that's all right. But ask yourself, do I know that information? Then I can make a better decision. Is it a sign? It may be. I think you need to ask Source if that's a sign, probably. Sit in doing some automatic writing perhaps, or the visioning meditation so that you can question directly. Okay? Neela, inner child, I have worked for a week, but after this, lost. Okay, I stopped, I think. Neela, just can you try and make your sentences a little bit easier for me to read, darling? Because when I'm trying to work out what you're saying, it makes it hard for me to answer the questions. Make it as clear as you can, and then I can answer it as clear as I can. Okay? Okay, walking by the sea is my self-love, actually. I manifested moving to an island. Oh, lovely. That's good. That sounds wonderful. Walking by the sea is part of self-love. What you do in your head when you're walking by the ocean, what you're thinking when you wake up in the morning, what you're doing with what you eat during the day, what you do when you are at work and you have to engage with conflict with a colleague or something. All self-love goes into everything, okay? So walking on the beach is great, but you do that for maybe an hour or so. What are you doing with the other 23 hours? Self-love is a lifestyle, okay? So the walking on the beach is a great start, but what are you doing the other 23 hours of the day? Important thing. And I'm not saying you have to do self-love every single minute. No. I think you have to think about yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and put that into your day, okay? Whole week is chaotic. If your whole day is chaotic, but then you meditate for 45 minutes, your meditation time is a good start, but you can't live a chaotic life and then meditate 45 minutes and think it's going to correct and fix. We have to live with mindfulness in all areas of lives as best we can while we're changing our jobs, our relationships with people, you know, making sure we're around people that treat us with respect, that feel that we're on the same wavelength, that we are giving to them and they are giving to us. You know, it's looking at all the levels of life and just doing that over time and making. Brasnak, hello. Is a SP the same as limerence? No. You can have a specific person and not have limerence. You can be in limerence about a specific person. Okay? So limerence, I did actually do some videos on limerence. So if you want to look those up, they're on this channel. Just put my name in the word limerence and you will see them. So it's not the same. Limerence is a over-obsession with a particular, to the point of your own detriment, but you can have a specific person and have good self-love and be looking to manifest them in a gentle and loving and self-respecting way. So not quite the same. Question. Patricia, my pleasure. Patricia, I tried to work with vision meditations and get answers, but it doesn't work for me to get answers. Any suggestions? Patricia, how many times did you do it? Why did you give up so easily? You said it didn't work, but how many times did you try it? I practiced affirmations before 2 years before I started to feel them. Some things take consistent for a period of time. Okay? Bradnick, sure, thanks. No worries, no worries. I think limerence is a very interesting topic. Very interesting topic. SMRK2. Brasnek, actually, if you want to email me, I've got a document on limerence that you might want to have a look at. And just email me if you want it and say I saw you in the Q&A. And my email address is in the description of any YouTube. Okay? SMRK2, as I'm changing, loving myself and healthy boundaries, realize my friends and family are distant. Think universe is making space for new people, but this phase can be lonely. Any tips? Well, the phase that's lonely, it's your thoughts about what's going on that creates the loneliness. You can be happily alone. So the loneliness is the thoughts, I need to be around people. It is about practicing being in a state of love, whether there's people around or not. And SMRK2, you do that through working on the self-love, having good practices around self-love, being consistent, looking at who comes at you and go, okay, I like this person. Have they got the qualities that I like in a friendship? I mean, I know there's many people that I've loved over the years because of just on a different page, you know, and that's okay. Spent a lot of time on my own times and enjoyed being alone and dealing with the difference between loneliness and aloneness, okay? So the loneliness is connection from source, not from people. Okay. Patricia, okay, 2 years, got it. Okay, yeah. I mean, you know, you got to do affirmations and you got to do them with feeling. Well, if you're practicing, I am poor and I'm unloved and I'm abandoned for a long time, when you start saying, I am rich, I am loved, and I'm ordered, that's not going to feel real, because that's not your belief system. That's not your thoughts about yourself. That's not your thoughts about those things. So you practice them and you get at doing them mentally. And then eventually, I think the feeling kicks in. I know there's this whole thing about robotic affirmations, but, I don't agree with that. I really don't. Why? Because you have somewhere. What's better, doing affirmations that you don't believe, that don't create feeling, or being totally negative and depressed and feeling not good in a lot of ways, or being in obsession, or being, high level anxiety. So, if people are getting anxiety from doing affirmations, well, you got to look at how often am I doing them, for how long, and what affirmations I'm doing. When you do them correctly, I can tell you, you don't feel those things. So you're overdoing it, trying to push and force through affirmations, or you're choosing affirmations that don't suit you, or perhaps the affirmations that you're doing are, even the right time of the day. If you're a morning person, do them when you wake up, because that's a good time for you. If you're a night owl, there's no way you could do them in the morning. You do them in the evening. So all those factors affect affirmations, and the new thoughts and beliefs soak in to you. SMRK2. As I'm changing due to loving myself and healthy boundaries, I realized, oh, hang on, I've already read that one. I've got to jump forward. SMRK2, thank you as always, no problem. No, there's no big spider. Good try. If I was in Australia like I am a lot of the time, I would have jumped because they're poisonous when we're there. Whereas here, good try, Weeby. Good try. So, you got any questions for me? I'm going to do about another 10 minutes for you. Throw them up, throw them up, throw them up. Glam Pam, hello, my lovely. Do you not think that teaching LOA and interacting with people has made you a more effective teacher? Or I would say that's up to you guys to say whether I am or not. It's probably not something I can say. I'm not really one to stand on a pedestal and be a braggosaurus. So if I am perhaps more effective, it would be trying to make challenging concepts and things that are difficult to understand, like say Neville, and putting it in simpler words so that it is more user-friendly for you to be able to apply to whatever you're going through, I would say. So, yeah, I think LOA is such a big topic. So is law of assumption, so is Neville, all these things. But it's making it that it is a fun and easy thing to apply. That's another story. So I will let you guys be the judge. Navi. How do I stop letting others' behavior affect me? For example, someone doesn't wish me a happy birthday or get me a gift. How do I not let that trigger me or make me feel enough? By Navi remembering over and over again, no one owes me anything, darling. That doing is a childlike state. Where's my happy birthday? Where's my gift? That's a childlike state of being. So how that childlike state? You stop expecting other people to make you happy. You stop expecting, you leave everyone and you let everyone off the hook. You say, no one owes me anything and I'm going to be in charge of my own happiness. People give me or don't give me. If they do give me something, it's a bonus. You got your foot on the back of their neck a little bit in regards to it allowing it to trigger you into I'm not good enough or feeling like you're not enough. Why is it if someone doesn't give me a gift or doesn't wish me happy birthday, why does that make me feel not enough? Why, really? Because It really isn't about the gift, and it's not about the happy birthday. It's about your thoughts in your head about certain things that make you feel not good enough. No one's doing that to you. You are doing that to you. So when the trigger happens, you got to go, okay, I'm going to practice letting go and saying, "It's me anything." And the more you do that, you don't get triggered. When you leave the whole world alone and you work on you, and you're not looking for proof of love, because that's what you're looking for, is you're looking for external proof of love by gifts, by happy birthday. You're looking for proof of love from others, and that's a childlike state. So you got to say to yourself, am I willing to give that up? Because you get yourself over and over and over again if you hang on to that. What people give is a bonus. What people give is enough. No one owes me anything. Practice that. Okay? Glam Pam, where's your self-belief? I have got self-belief, Pam. I'm just who, I don't need adulation. I don't actually like it. I don't, it's just not a quality that I like. The need for attention, the need for, I feel happy with what I do, and I'm content in what I do, but I don't necessarily need that at all these days. But thank you if, it is a thank you if someone says something. I'm not going to go, no. Thank you. I appreciate what you've said. That's enough. Thank you, Pam. Navi, that's what I'm trying to explore. I wish I didn't let others' behavior trigger me. Well, rather than wish that they didn't, don't let them. You make a decision to grow up mentally and emotionally. It's about growing up. It's about stopping being a child and saying, I'm going to be an adult about this, and I'm not 10 anymore. And it's getting a bit tougher with your inner child. Your inner child is looking for validation. Needs to stop that. I don't know how old you are, Navi. You can tell me if you want. But yeah, it doesn't matter really actually how old you are. Be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 or 70. I've seen people do it even in their 60s. So it's not about the age per se. It's about the emotional maturity level. And that is part of jumping into being a more mature person. Okay? Patricia, how to find our magic affirmations. Some of them, I don't feel anything. Is it a thing to try and let go until you find them? Robotic affirmations doesn't work at all. I've tried it. But the fact is, Patricia, they're not robotic unless you that way. This whole thing and trend on YouTube about robotic affirmations, they're not robotic. They're not. It's just this trend that's been said on YouTube, and people have named they're robotic, they're robotic. If they're robotic, that's on you. So if you don't feel anything, it's not about finding magic affirmations. It's about picking simple affirmations and practicing them, and stop saying they don't work. I've tried it, they don't work. Patricia, they do work. You haven't tried it for long enough and you've given up. That's probably more accurate. So I'm going to on you. You've got to put the effort into finding the right ones for you. So you've got to work out which topics do I need affirmations on. And then from that, I'm going to learn good ones. And I'm going to listen to people that do use affirmations and that do work. And I'm going to find, you don't need a whole heap. You don't need a whole heap. I mean, these days I'm free, I am love, I am good enough, I am secure. That's it. So you'll start with a whole bunch, but then you reduce them down, because really at the end of the day, it's what's underneath the things you want. And all these affirmations. I remember writing pages of affirmations, repeating pages of affirmations for hours. No need. Just get really to the point where you hit the bullseye, okay? So start simply with I am love, I am free, I am secure, I am good enough. I would start with just that. And don't say I tried it, they didn't work. Say I tried it and I didn't do it for long enough for that to feel the effects of them working. Okay? And put the effort in. Stop giving up easily. Princess, how can we ask a question? Just put in here. Exactly where you wrote, how can we ask a question? Just ask your question, darling. Navi, I'm old enough. I'm really trying, but I feel like I'm backsliding. So work on your self-love. Navi, work on your self-love and be consistent. Work on your self-love and be consistent. Work on your self-love and be consistent. Okay? My pleasure, Patricia. I think you're looking for evidence that people love you too, Navi. And if you're doing that, that's a childlike state. I would do some inner child work. Have a look at the inner list on this channel, work through it, and stop the looking for people to love you. It's very draining for those around you when you do that. And it repels people. Okay? It's fine when you're fun, but as you become older, like you said, I'm old enough, then it becomes draining for people around you. Okay? Glam question was a little misunderstood. Okay, I meant, do you feel that over time you too have also grown and evolved as an individual? Yes. Yes, I would say yes to that, because I have to work on my own self-love. I have to work on maintaining my own health, my own mental state, my own looking after the things that are important to me, relationships with my friends, my mum, my brother, his family. It's getting better at having, I think, for me, it's having more time, because I had so little time. Well, I had the belief that there's not enough time, love, or money. So now I have a nose. So now it's going, okay, where am I going to put my attention? Where am I going to put my focus? So, and I've got a law of attraction friend, Pam, that we have been doing LOA and Neville and Florence and Ken Honda and Catherine Ponder, and there's a long list of authors that we have gone through together for 30 years now. We met in the 90s. So in the mid-90s, I think, if I remember correctly, 30 years we've been doing work together, and we still speak about, I would say 4 days a week minimum, 5 or 6 when we both are free, but we talk for about 30 minutes an hour each day, and we've been doing that for years. So yes, we break things down together and we apply certain things to what each one of us is going through, and we help each other with those things. So it's no secrets between us, and the evolution from breaking things down, even before there was YouTube, because we used to just read books with highlighters, was a fantastic thing. I'm very grateful that I found her all those years ago, and that we both still have an unquenchable thirst to keep doing this work together. It's wonderful. I hope I answered your question better that time. Princess, I'm manifesting an SP, no contact. Sometimes I feel like manifesting him, and sometimes I feel like not doing it, like moving on. Maybe thoughts like he will come back if he wants to, back and forth. Okay, and that's whether you manifest a specific person or not, whether you choose to continue or not. Ask yourself this: am I feeling loved in my sense of love, my state of love towards this person? Or am I looking to manifest them to receive and get love from them? Okay, this is really important. So I would really practice letting go of the obsession if you feel you have it, by practicing Ho'oponopono, by getting clear about what you want, by working on your self-love and being consistent with those things. Then the relationship takes care of itself. Okay? It really is an inside job. What you have got going on with relationships on the outside is a complete photocopy of what you've got inside about relationships, men, women, love, exes, etc. So it's working on yourself and working on those things that brings the changes, the good steps. Persist and affirm. Hi, Agnes. I did one of your job meditation. I've received one of my dream jobs. Thank you. Oh, that's fabulous news. Thank you for letting us know. Do you want to send me your success story so I can read it? If you, no pressure, but if you feel to, you know, people love to hear a success story that helps them in the area that they're struggling. If you want to, my email address is in the description of any YouTube. I'm very happy for you. Absolutely wonderful. And perhaps share which meditation it was if you do write in, so people love to know the exact things that you've done. Okay, Princess, you've said, but now I made a decision and manifest him. How can keep going with confidence that this manifestation will surely happen, living my best life? You cannot ever, and I know this is stuff people do not want to hear, but you cannot force and know that something will surely happen. Okay? Dealing with another person, they have the right to accept or not what you desire and what you send energetically. Okay? So your confidence, it's not about having the confidence that your manifestation will happen. It's about having the confidence to radiate love and allow something to unfold. Okay? Yes, go and live your best, but do not approach a specific person with a have to, and I will manifest this with a iron fist, because that is trying to control, and that's not loving someone, wanting to use them for you to feel loved. Okay? So as hard as that is to hear, get your own confidence up about yourself. Not about this manifestation will surely happen, because that people say that. I know that that's coming from a weak place, because when you're feeling strong, you got a soft open hand and you say, I pray for the highest good of me and this person, that we both feel loved, secure, and that we radiate love to each other, and that we bring out the best in each other, and that we understand each other, and that we become very connected in a loving way. Okay? That is loving someone, not just trying to manifest somebody. Okay? Which is always better to do it gently with love and humility. Have confidence in your self-love and yourself, not that you can force this to happen. Okay? Now, I know you didn't use the word force, but when you said the manifestation will surely happen, you cannot, and I will never sell you a guarantee, and anyone who does is playing a nasty game. You cannot sell guarantees about someone else who has free will. Okay? You can influence, you can bring you if you are in a relaxed state of love and that it's free flowing. But this white knuckling control that I do see a lot of in the LOA industry, to me is highly disturbing, because this is another person's feelings and loves and desires themselves. And if we love someone, we would never do that to them. Okay? So manifest someone if you like. Yes, like I have. I've been with him 13 years and it's great. But I know that he lays in bed next to me because he wants to be there, not I forced him through LOA. Okay, there has to be a praying for the highest good of both people. And you surrender and you let go. You imagine, you surrender and let go. And you allow. Abraham Hicks talks about the art of allowing so much that we almost don't hear or say it anymore. So be aware of using with humility. Okay? Now, Basia. And Princess, I'm glad you said that out loud, because this is not just you, okay? This is a lot of people what you wrote represents what a lot of people think. So I'm glad you said it, because it's got to come to light, okay? Basia, I always get very excited when I meet a guy who I like and we start having contact. Does it hinder my manifestation of a romantic relationship? No, but excitement to meet someone and enjoy them, nothing wrong with that at all. Get to know people first, though. Best relationships are when you get to know someone as a friend, you know who they are, and you enjoy them. And yes, you might have a long-term desire or a shorter term desire to be together, nothing wrong with that. But remember that it is really about bringing your sense of love, excitement, and fun towards the person. And that you can explore and enjoy. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more questions, and then that will be it for today. Plank and the passion. Hi, Agnes. I started a journey in 2020 with your meditations and breathing. Thank you for everything you do. My first time catching you live. Big hug, lots of love. I'm glad that you do the meditations. It's really such a great way to just disconnect from the outside world for a bit. Glam Pam, thank you, spot on. Big hugs, Glam Pam. Big hugs to you. Thea, glad to chat a chat. Is it true, according to the law of assumption, that what I assume about people is how they show life? Everyone is you pushed out. I have trouble with this concept. Well, yes, but you've got to look at, okay, what I think about myself and what I think about the other person. Two halves of a nut, that creates the experience, okay? So it's really also what you think about yourself. So if you think this person's stubborn, I'll use this one as an example because it's easy to see. Okay, if you believe they're stubborn, okay. The everyone is you pushed out part would be not that you're stubborn, but you want them to give you more than what they're giving. And you're dissatisfied. I want more, I'm not getting enough. That pushed out. I'm not getting enough. I want more. I'm dissatisfied. I want it from you. So them being stubborn is resisting you doing that, and they don't want it, they're giving. So people, when I hear someone say someone's stubborn, it's like, oh, well, that reveals a lot about you trying to get more from them than they want to give. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm using this as an example of everyone's you pushed out. Okay? So, yeah, if you look at how someone's showing up, ask yourself, and it's not to your liking. Sometimes it's to your liking, so it works out really well. But say to yourself, okay, what is it that I'm assuming about someone that could be a judgment, a criticism that is hindering or causing disturbance in my relationship with them? And try and clean up. Try and rise up and have better thoughts about people. Okay? Lisa Marie, I've just read your question about the UV treatment to get the skin pigment color back. I found out that high doses of vitamin D with K2, import calcium into the bones, fixes most things. Okay, thank you. I will just take a, oops. I'm going to, no, not random, it's fine. It's fine. No, I'll have to go back to, I was trying to take a screenshot to pass them to them, but I will go back through and watch and get your comment so I can tell them that. Okay, so everyone, I'm going to scoot off and I will see you. I'm here tomorrow again, same time, 5 p.m. UK time, and we can do some more Q&A. Lovely to hear your questions. Lovely to hear where you're at, you know, and it's good that you bring stuff clearly to the chat, you know, because it's like if you don't say where you're really at, then we can't work and move forward. It's like saying where you're really at is what gets you to keep going. All right. See you soon, everybody. Big hugs, lots of love, and keep working on your self-love. If you work on your self-love, honestly, things, they just fall away. They just fall away like a cloud in the sky. It just keeps moving. And life just gets so much easier. See you tomorrow.